Grand Seiko is known for its spring drive movement, although it has a variety of sophisticated movement options. But did you know that the most difficult to build movement that they make is actually the Spring Drive Chronograph GMT? It has been said that in Japan, the Grand Seiko watchmakers wear a Spring Drive Chronograph GMT as a badge of honor, or the Snowflake, of course, since it is iconic. In 2007, the 9R86 Spring Drive Chronograph GMT movement was introduced, and due to the chronograph stopping exactly at the moment the button is depressed and not the nearest tick, it has been and is still the world's most accurate spring-driven chronograph in the world. To honor the 50th anniversary of this movement, we have a limited edition version of the chronograph called the SBGC247, which is fully loaded with features and has a dial that represents the snow that is found outside of the Shinshu watch studio throughout the year. Is it just another limited edition though, or is this the chronograph version of the Snowflake that you have all been waiting for? Let's find out. What's up everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel. Welcome back. This is where we bring you awesome watch content at least once a week. And if you haven't already, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrels, Maryland. And it's where you go when you're in the know. As always, the watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, and then I'll offer my humble opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the Grand Seiko SLGA013, which is a 550-piece limited edition that honors the 55th anniversary of the 44GS case. This is a stunning watch that is as attractive as it is rare, and I recommend checking this one out if you would like to see what a top-of-the-line Grand Seiko has to offer, including a special ever-brilliant steel that it's made out of. It's back, everyone. It's the Grand Seiko Snowflake. And you know what? It's very relevant today because the watch that we're reviewing, I believe, should be called the Snowflake Chronograph. So make sure to tell me which watch you're wearing right now and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. The SBGC247's case is made out of a high-intensity titanium, which is an alloy of titanium, niobium, and iron, and is approximately 100 Vickers harder than stainless steel. It has a 42.6 millimeter case width, a 16.1 millimeter thickness, a 50.6 millimeter lug-to-lug, a 20.5 millimeter lug width, a 36.9 millimeter crystal diameter, and weighs in at 125.52 grams. The case is basically a larger version of the Snowflake case and has matte finished lugs, with a bevel of Zaratsu finish at the edges and a plane of Zaratsu finish on the sides. The bezel is also Zaratsu finished, and the sapphire crystal is slightly domed above it to help protect the bezel from scratches. The crown is screw down and can be found at the 3 position, with a start-stop pusher above and a reset pusher below. The pushers each have a locking ring, and when you stop the chronograph, you can see that it stops exactly where you press the button. The dial is the lion's mane dial that is in white to represent snow, and specifically when the daytime temperature rises and the annual thaw begins. The wind carves a unique pattern as it whips across the melting snowdrifts. Around the white chapter ring, you will find 5-minute intervals of numerals in blue and a 1/5 second grade on the chapter ring below in blue. The indices are emerald shaped and are high polished with an odd number grade for the GMT time in between each in black. Grand Seiko can be found at the top left portion in black with the GS logo above it in silver. The hour and minute hands are Dauphine style and are in silver tone, with a blued chronograph second hand and a silver toned GMT hand with a black arrow at the tip. The chronograph 30-minute subdial is in a white circle and can be found at the top right portion with blued markers, the hand, and numerals. A 12-hour chronograph subdial is in a white circle and can be found at the bottom right portion with blued indices, numerals, and the hand. The date window can be found at the 3 position and has a silver-toned frame with a white background and black numerals. The actual second subdial can be found at the middle left portion of the dial and has the dial as its background with black markers, a silver-toned hand and spring drive in black. The hand is in a different color because the silver hands correspond to the actual time, while the blued hands represent the chronograph functions. The power reserve indicator can be found at the bottom left portion and has a white, gray, and black area, each representing 1 day of power, with a silver-toned hand. GMT can be found at the bottom middle portion. No lume can be found on this piece, but as usual, the markers will catch all sorts of different light, even in low light. The caseback is open and shows off the very rare 9R96 movement and displays the limited edition number. Nothing is obstructing this movement's visibility. The movement is one of Grand Seiko's finest, which is the 9R96. The 9R96 is a specially regulated spring drive chronograph that instead of 15 seconds per month has an accuracy of 10 seconds per month. Grand Seiko's most highly skilled watchmakers have adjusted this piece themselves, and the chronograph spring drive is the most complex movement that they assemble before this crazy adjustment even takes place. The lion symbol on the rotor means that this piece has been adjusted by a master, and you will only find it on a few pieces. This movement has a 72-hour power reserve and 50 joules. The bracelet is in titanium and is a standard 5-link design. It has matte large links with Zaratsu polished smaller links. A folding clasp with the GS logo can be found at the end, and it actually has a 4-click micro adjust built in. The Grand Seiko SBGC247 is limited to 700 pieces worldwide, and it's ready for you to help time every moment perfectly for $11,000. Now for my humble opinion. I know you are probably thinking, what a big watch and what big pushers. Well, you may be right, but it doesn't wear big and the pushers don't really get in the way how you may think they would. It actually looks pretty good on my 6.5-inch wrist, and I wouldn't say that it's too big, surprisingly. But look at my wrist and let me know in the comments what you think. What I really like about this piece is how light it is for a chronograph with so many functions, and the dial is subtle, but enough, just like the Snowflake. I really think this is more or less the chronograph version of the Snowflake, since it has a similar titanium case, a white dial with blued hands, but a different textured dial with the same idea in mind. And for that reason, I think that this piece will be one that will be discussed for a long time to come. If you are looking for a highly accurate chronograph and would like one of the very best limited pieces that you can find, loaded with features, then this might absolutely be the piece for you. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And if you did, of course, please make sure to smash that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.